Hello dear students, a very good morning to all of you. Dear children, today I am gonna tell you about the sharing of electron. Means in a covalent compound how electrons are shared to form bonds. Okay, so these representations are known as electron dot structures or Lewis structure. So our today's topic is electron dot structure. Okay, so in this topic, first of all I will tell you about the steps which you have to follow if you want to write the electron dot structure of any compound. Okay, so let's see. So our first step is, if you want to write the electron dot structure of any compound, then first of all you have to calculate the total number of valence electron in that given compound. Okay, so first step is calculate total numbers of valence electrons. Okay, for example, suppose we want to write the electron dot structure of H2O. So in H2O, total number of valence electron will be equals to valence electron present in hydrogen atom and valence electron present in oxygen atom. Okay, so let's see. Total valence electron equals to 1 into 2. Why? Because hydrogen has 1 electron and 2 hydrogen atoms are present. That's why 1 into 2, and plus, as we know that oxygen has 8 electron, means 2 comma 6. So that's why 6. Okay, so total number of valence electron will be equals to 8. So this is how we can calculate the total number of valence electron. Okay, this is our first step. Now let's talk about the second. So our second step is to determine the central atom in the given compound. Okay, detect central atom in the compound. Okay, so first of all, what is central atom? So central atom in a given compound is the atom which is present in the middle. Okay, for example, in water molecule, if you write the structure of H2O, you will see that it is present like this. Okay, oxygen in the middle of 2 hydrogens. So the atoms which is present in the center of the surrounding atom is known as central atom. Okay, so this is our second step, that if you want to write the dot structure, in second step you have to detect the central atom. Okay, now question is how you will detect the central atom. So to detect the central atom, you have to follow some steps, like first of all you will search the atom which is present in your compound in with the least number. Okay, with the least number means, as you can see here that in H2O 2 hydrogens are present. Okay, but oxygen present is only 1. So as oxygen is present with the least number, this can be your central atom. Similarly, take some other example like NH4 positive. So as you can see here that only 1 nitrogen is present. So this will be your central atom. So the atom which is present with the least number will the central atom of the compound. Okay, this is the first point. Now second step. Now suppose in the given compound more than 1 atoms are present with the same number. In that case, what you will do? So in that case you will compare the electronegativity. Okay, so the atom which has the less electronegativity will be your central atom. Okay, so here I am writing some note point. First is atom with least number. Okay, or you can compare the electronegativity, then atom with low electronegativity will be the central atom. Okay, now we'll talk about the third step. Okay, before third step, one more point is here. that if hydrogen and fluorine is present in your compound, that remember this, that hydrogen and fluorine can never be the central atom, because as we know that hydrogen has one valence shell. So as it has only one valence shell, it cannot hold the surrounding atoms. Okay, so that is the reason that it cannot be the central atom. Now what about the fluorine? As we know that fluorine has smallest size in the periodic table, so electron density is already very high in fluorine. So because of this cannot be the central atom of the compound. Okay, so these are some points which you have to use to detect the central atom. Now we'll talk about the third step. What is third step? So after recognizing the central atom, you will write the skeletal structure. Okay, write skeletal structure and put single bonds between the all atoms. Okay, so first of all, what is skeleton structure? Skeletal structure you have to memorize, because as suppose SO4 negative negative. Okay, let's take SO3. So if I am talking about the SO3, so in SO3 you will arrange the atom in this pattern. Okay, O as a corner atoms and sulfur as the central atom. You cannot arrange these like this linearly. Okay, so you have to follow a certain pattern for writing skeletal structure. Okay, so after writing skeletal structure, what will you do? You will put the single bond between all the atoms. Okay, like this. As we are talking about the hydrogen oxide means water, so in water you will do like this. Okay, why? So this is very obvious statement, because if these are covalent compounds, so definitely a single bond, at least a single bond should be there. Okay, there can be double and triple also, but if we talk about the single bond, so definitely single bond should be present between the all atoms in covalent compounds. So that's why I put the single bond between all the atoms. And after putting single bond, next point is that we have to calculate the remaining electron. Okay, so next point is calculate the remaining electrons. How we can calculate the remaining electron? Let's see. So according to first step, in H2O, total valence electron equals to 8. Okay, now in H2O molecule, as we know that atoms are present like this. Okay, so in this representation I have already used some electron. Okay, let's see how many electron. So as we know that a single bond shows the sharing of 2 electron. Okay, and I have already used 4 electron here, as I put 2 single bond here. Okay, so 1 2 3 4. So out of 8 means out of all available electrons, I have already used the 4 electron. Okay, so now I have to calculate the remaining electrons. So a remaining electron will be equals to total valence electron minus used electron, means 8 minus 4 equals to 4. So our remaining electron is 4 here. Okay, now next point, step 5. Step 5 is that after calculating the remaining electron, we have to put these electron as lone pair in the skeleton structure. Okay, put remaining electron as lone pair, like like I have 4 remaining electrons, so I have to put these 4 electrons on the central atom. Why on the central atom? Because as we know that hydrogen can manage only 2 electrons, and both these hydrogen is already having 2 electrons. Okay, so I cannot put these electron on hydrogen atom. Okay, so that's why I put these on central atom, means on oxygen atom. So this is our step first, that put the remaining electron as lone pair. Okay, now if we check the octet of these atoms, so let's see. For hydrogen, duplet is already completed. Duplet is already completed. Okay, as we know that hydrogen can accommodate only 2 electrons. Now let's see, talk about the oxygen. So oxygen has 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, means octet of oxygen is also completed. So in this way we can see that in water molecule all the hydrogen atom and oxygen has completed their valence shell. Okay, so this is the electron dot structure of water molecule. But one more step is there which is not used in this example. Step 6. Step 6 is that we can use these lone pair of electron for the formation of multiple bond. Okay, means suppose if double bond is required here, then we can use these 2 electron and can put a multiple bond here. Okay, if the octet of the atom is not completed. Okay, but in this case there is no need of this turning, so that's why we just put the atom here and our structure is completed here. Okay, but in some other cases I will give the another example like this, in which I can use this step. So in some examples we can use these lone pair of electron to form the multiple bond also. Okay, so this is our 6th point, that turn the lone pair in multiple bond if required. Okay, so this is our 6th step. Now one more thing which I will tell you, that you should remember this thing, that the octet of corner atom has to be completed, but for the central atom we have to break the octet rule, as the central atom can have at least 8 electron and can also have more than 8 electron. Okay, so in some examples we will see that central atom will not follow the octet rule. Okay, so just keep this thing in your mind, that we have to provide at least 8 electron to the central atom in any case. Okay, so this is our note point here, that central atom may not obey the octet rule in some cases. Okay, so this is about the writing of electron dot structure. This is how we can easily write the electron dot structure. Okay, I am taking another example in which I can use this 6th point also. Okay, for example, let's talk about the carbonate ion. So as I told you that what was the first step? In first step we have to calculate the total valence electron. So total valence electron equals to 4 in carbon, as carbon has 6 electrons, so 2, 4, plus oxygen. Oxygen has 8 electron, means 2, 6. So 6 into 3, because 3 oxygen atoms are present here. Okay, now we will add 2 also, because 2 minus charge is there. Okay, now 6 3s are 18 and 4 and 2 24. Now we are having 24 electrons. These are the total valence electron. Now what was the next step? Next step was search the central atom and write the skeletal structure. So in CO3 negative negative, as only one carbon is present, so definitely carbon will be the central atom. So write the skeleton: carbon, oxygen, oxygen and oxygen. Okay. Now we have to put the single bond. So these are the single bonds. What was the next step? In next step we have to calculate the remaining electrons. Okay. So remaining electrons equals to 24. These are the total valence electron, and 6 electron we have used. How? See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So now we have only 18 electrons. Okay, and we have to put these 18 electron as lone pair of electron. Okay, so let's do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here I can put these lone pair of electron on the corner atom, because these are the more electronegative atom than carbon. Okay, so I will start putting from the corner atoms. Okay, now let's see the octet as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 means oxygen. This oxygen has completed its octet. Okay, similarly this and similarly this. Okay, now what about the corner atom? So see, carbon has only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 electrons are there in the shell of carbon. Okay, and I told you that we have to provide at least 8 electron to the corner atom. Okay, so in order to complete the octet of carbon, what we will do, we will use these electrons, means this lone pair of electron, in the formation of multiple bond. Okay, in order to complete the octet of central atom. Okay, so now you can see that carbon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, also completed its octet. And now what about this oxygen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This has also 8 electron in the valence shell. Okay, so this is how we can write the electron dot structure by using 6th step. Okay, and we have to put the 2 minus charges here, as it has 2 negative charge. Okay, so this is how we can easily draw the electron dot structure of any compound by following the given steps. Okay, thank you.